Because we do not know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well, and yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood? An afternoon that is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it. Perhaps 4 or 5 times more. Perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet it all seems limitless.
No power in the verse can stop me.
What's going on, guys? My name is El Dinero, and welcome to episode 19 of the Midnight Hour. Fucked it up again.
It'll do.
That was great.
Alright, today's topic is going to be weird facts, where we're just going to spend the whole hour and a half talking about Weird Al Yankovic and various facts about his life. That's the intro. No, but seriously, we're going to talk about like obscure facts or something that hopefully none of you guys have heard. But there's a twist in that a lot of them, probably most of them, knowing the company that I have, are going to be completely made up and therefore not actually facts at all. And it will be your job, or maybe our job, if we're clever enough to figure out which ones are the made up ones and which ones are the real ones. But if we fail, like, I need you guys in the comment section to like totally be on point. So who wants to offer up the first? Oh wait, no shit, I should introduce you guys. There's 2 guests today, and it's the first time that you guys will have ever heard a show with 2 guests on it. The first guest is Loosemore.
Hello.
And that's how he sounds. And the other guest is, like, this is weird for me because, like, Jack is a guy I used to do the Midnight Hour with, and now he's too busy to do it. He's all big time in Hollywood and he doesn't have time for us anymore. But he's a tall ginger man from London named Jack, and I've replaced him with a tall ginger man from the London area called Jack. So the other guest is Jack Brown, or as we call him, Jack Brown, or as he prefers to be called, Fred.
Alright.
What an
I like how
underwhelming
your
introduction.
old co-host got bigger than you. Or your guest host got bigger than you did, and it's your podcast.
Yeah, he got too many job offers in Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you mean he got bigger
What a
than
shame.
me?
You said he was in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Not
he
quite.
is.
Yeah, well, he got bigger than you.
Yeah, he's not really in Hollywood, you clown.
I know.
This is going to be really awkward because...
Should I start with a red hair fact?
Don't, that's cruel.
Who wants to go with the first... Who wants to offer up the first fact?
I'll go. I'm going to go with red hair fact. I'm going to go with it.
Alright,
Have you
go
actually
then.
got one?
Yeah.
You plan this in
I'm not
advance.
going to just lie about it, am I, Jack? This is a podcast. You can't lie on a podcast.
I'm
The
gonna try.
premise of this involves a lot of lies, to be fair.
That's true. The majority of villains depicted in the Bible have red hair. There you
Isn't
go.
that not because Judas, or whatever his name is, was ginger? And
No,
that's why
it's 'cause
gingers
you're
were...
ginger.
Well, like, Satan
That's
had
right,
red
isn't it?
hair by default because he is red, so... It's
But
a...
it's because of Satan, isn't it? It's clearly because of Satan.
I always heard it was that whoever betrayed Jesus, he had ginger hair.
There's
And so
Judas.
down through the times, people just had a go at gingers.
Yeah, see, that's not true though, is it?
No,
Have you ever seen an Arab with, like, ginger hair?
No.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not
so...
Arab.
It's all bollocks, really, when you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no evidence to support any claim that anyone in the Bible looked like whatever we think they looked like. In fact, isn't there an argument that Jesus, in all likelihood, had dark skin?
Could
Yeah,
be,
he was
could
an
have been
Arab,
black.
wasn't he? Well, he was, you know.
What
he
kind
looked
of
like
what kind
someone
of
from
white
Turkey or something.
what kind of sort of Western European guy grows up in Jerusalem?
All of the ones depicted in the Bible, apart from the villains, probably.
Yeah, who have red hair,
Yeah.
and it proves that God hates Jack.
They might be they might have been gypsies, like just travelling from place to place and just look at a place everywhere they go.
Maybe.
Well,
This is generally more Bible talk than we usually have on the Midnight Hour.
Yeah.
this is
We're not
So,
really a Bible-based kind of show.
Yeah, I
like-
mean, Do we believe in God? I don't know.
Well, Satan isn't even depicted in the Bible as being human. I'm pretty sure he's closer to being a dog. And hell isn't even depicted in the Bible as being hot. It's actually depicted as being cold. And that's the most amount of times I've ever said depicted in the one sentence.
Didn't God?
Yeah, I said it earlier.
I read that in the
that's
Bible.
5 count.
God or Jesus killed more people than Satan did.
Yeah, because he's not really mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just said that.
Well, God killed like fuckloads of people and things.
Well, yeah, because of Noah and shit.
Yeah, and even like Sodom and Gomorrah, and
He was a hateful bastard, wasn't
he was. Yeah. Well, in fairness, if you had to look after us, like,
he? God, yeah. If
I would be dishing out some murders.
he
like, I'm not
made
gonna
he
lie.
made me, and he was probably really fucking disappointed when that turned out.
Trust me, Jack. God did not make you.
Well,
Oh, speaking of Satan, I've got another fact.
oh, that is an expert transition there.
I mean, yeah, just watch this, watch this, watch this. All the numbers on a roulette wheel add up to 666.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go.
That is as useless as facts come.
That is
yeah,
yes.
but then Satan.
That is not
so, fuck
like
you.
permissible for use in any situation. That's
Yeah.
never going
It's a,
to
it's a
like
weird
help.
fact, though, isn't it?
No, I know when you could use it is that if you, you know how gambling is sort of one of those types of activities where you can lie a lot or like you bluff a lot.
Yeah.
If you were to be like, you know, you're playing roulette and you're playing against someone, because that's how it works in my imaginary, you know, situation here.
where you've gambled before, yeah.
Yeah,
You're playing
exactly.
against the casino, aren't you?
You are, yeah. But like, let's say in this imaginary universe, you're playing against a guy on the street who has a roulette wheel, and he's like, "How good at roulette are you?" And you're like, "Good enough to tell you that all those numbers add up to 666." And then he just goes, and then he disappears into
Yeah,
a cloud
you
of
blow
smoke.
his fucking mind, yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly how
Nice.
it goes.
Yeah, and you win the gambling.
You win the gambling. Yeah,
you win the
that is
gambling. That's
equal to
exactly what happens.
that.
You
Yeah.
win gambling.
You can tell I've gambled before, can't you?
Definitely, yeah.
On the subject, I've got a fact about that.
Go.
A supersonic jet once broke the sound barrier over a field of turkeys. The sonic boom gave the turkeys a heart attack and killed all of them. I know what you're realising now, that's kind of nothing to do with gambling, but that's the best fact I've got. I wanted to get it in there early.
Wait, I didn't even hear it. I was waiting for the gambling bit. What was the fact again?
A supersonic
It's about
jet
killing
once broke
turkeys.
the sound barrier over a field of turkeys. The sonic boom, gave the turkeys a heart attack and killed all of them.
Ah, that's great.
That is a
That is a good fact.
Do you know what I found
That is
that
a
one?
fucking
That's the
good fact.
best one. Easy.
Yeah, that is the best one.
Anyway, guys, see you next week. That's the best fact we've got.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
We've
If we
nailed
can
it.
riff on this for another hour, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like turkey, so
What, the country or the animal?
bit both. Bit of both. Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Right,
I'm
I've,
60-40.
I've got a fact about lightning.
Ooh.
A lightning bolt generates temperatures 5 times hotter than those found on the sun's surface. You're also more likely to be hit by lightning than you are to be hit by thunder.
And this, can we work this in? What you try to kill Jack?
Yeah, like one time, like me and Jack and Loosemore, we all play GTA like regularly, like, and we have these 4-hour Skype calls every night. And one night, Jack was in the midst of a thunderstorm or a lightning storm. They're about the same thing, really, in this side of the world. And like he was like, "Oh, it's fucking lightning outside, blimey!" And
That is what I did.
suggested that everybody in the
Great
call
impression.
phone Jack, because with the increased cell receptors and all of that stuff, it would make him more likely to get hit by lightning.
That was honestly, you people.
I had this great image in my head of like you with the controller in your hand and like your phone ringing and you just go like, "Oh, fuck off, stop calling me." And then
And he
like,
just lobs it out the window.
no, he gets hit by a bolt. He's surrounded by this sort of yellow aura as he flashes in between skeleton and non-skeleton, like an X-ray in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just
that's
holding.
when it backfires on us because Jack becomes.
No,
like,
no,
an
no. But
amazing
just before he
superhero.
dies, I come into the room and I say, "You just got punked."
Wow. Ashton Kutcher's a dick.
But seriously, lightning kills over 2,000 people every year.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah,
No.
I didn't know I'd be anywhere near that amount
yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
because I thought the chances are so low. But I suppose there's so much lightning in the world.
There's there's a lot of lightning in the world every day. There's like over 2 million lightning bolts a day in the world or something.
There is a
like that.
lot of weather every day in the world.
There is weather everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you can't escape it.
Did you know there's a channel all about weather? Called the Weather Channel.
Well,
Did you know that?
that's pretty
That's
interesting.
a fact. That's a weird fact.
I'll have to Sky Plus it.
You know the way we were saying, like, or when I said there's weather everywhere. That's like, for some reason, that just struck me as something that you'd see in the trailer of an M Night Shyamalan movie.
There's weather everywhere.
Which one is the weather?
This man tries to outrun the weather. He tries to outrun the atmosphere.
And it's definitely got Nicolas Cage in it.
Nicolas
obviously.
Cage, yeah. Doing the accent he does in Con Air.
Yeah,
He fucking nailed that.
he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then he did that in movies after that for ages, and he's not even from like the South. He's from California.
He's like the most typecast person of all time, isn't he?
Yeah,
not
That's a-
really.
I think he
but
is.
then I love him. I think he's great. Like Con Air is the best movie ever made.
It is.
I'll fight you.
Well,
But yeah, we're not going to go into this because, you know.
it's too early. in the
'Cause you're
show for
wrong.
that. Is
Well.
that? We'll just say that was one of his made up facts. You know.
Yeah, what that Russell? Yeah, the Russell.
Russell,
That
you say
was
Russell as if you know him.
Yeah.
I just know Russell was the little dog from Up.
Oh, would
Oh,
you
yeah.
ever shut up about Up?
Nope.
Would you ever shut up?
On a
Nailed it.
podcast.
This is the worst episode so far. Hit me up with another fact, someone.
The brain named itself. Boom.
Alright, how?
Well, because the brain. How does the brain
Jack,
the brain
Jack-
functions as a human, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. I'm fucking
yeah.
nailing these tonight.
See, I
That
read
was
something
right.
earlier when I was looking up facts, and it was like psychology is just the brain trying to understand itself.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking amazing.
That is like that's the
yeah,
most
yeah.
like psychological thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. Like, it blew
You should
my
just be
mind.
silent for 10 seconds as we all take
If
it
you
in.
tweet that, if you tweet that, one day Joey Barton will just copy and paste that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'll get like
Yeah.
16,000 retweets, and people will think he's clever.
In space, astronauts can't cry. That's a
That's
That's
fact.
just because they're astronauts, though, and they're all badass.
They don't cry. Yeah,
Yeah.
They
they're
can't
badasses.
cry. They
Well, no.
physically can't.
Yeah, because they're badass.
There's no gravity. So they just get like wet eyes.
But that's just what crying is.
But the thing about the
Yeah.
brain though, that's not a fact. That's just an observation.
It's just a clever interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
is true.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot.
You never thought I'd put in all the fucking good facts tonight.
No, I did
To be
not.
fair, we've had like 4.
The male
Oh, yeah.
giraffe, this is the top small off. The male giraffe will continuously headbutt the female in the bladder until she urinates. The male then tastes the piss, and that helps it determine whether the female is ovulating. If she is, he bangs her.
Wow.
Jack's just giving away all his facts.
I did
Yeah,
sort of
you-
I did ad lib that from a scientist, but I don't think the scientist would go. He
You've
bangs
gone
her.
too early with your great facts.
I'm balls
Yeah.
deep in these facts, and I fucked up, and I.
Speaking
Yeah.
of giraffes pissing, actually, the first guy to have a piss on the moon was Buzz Aldrin, and he was a giraffe. No, he yeah, I don't know. I didn't read the entirety of this fact, so I'm gonna just make the rest of it up. But
Okay.
basically, he did it.
Do we have to guess if this is fake or not? This one.
No, this one's fake.
This
I
one
mean,
is definitely true.
he is the first one to do it, and if you go up to the moon today, his piss is still there, perfectly preserved. And
I saw one about that earlier. The
his piss, he actually pissed on the American flag on the moon.
the last astronaut on the moon put his daughter's initials in the moon, and they said
That's right.
it's going to be there for tens of thousands of years.
I read that one as well, and I was like, that's pretty much the most awesome thing anyone's
Yeah,
ever
that's
done
like
in
that's like
space.
if finally someone got good tattoos coming out for you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The moon has a good tattoo.
But imagine that. Like, imagine how good of a dad he is now. It's like, you never do anything for me. Look, your fucking
Yeah.
name is on the
yeah,
moon.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
like some kid goes up to his daughter and goes, "My dad's bigger than yours." The daughter just goes, "My name's on the fucking moon."
Yeah. Yeah, I would develop a serious ego over that, but
Yeah. When you went to see it though, would you get your telescope out and go, see?
There
yeah.
is
So-
a fact about Buzz Aldrin that's something to do with his grandmother's name was Moon or something like that. I read that earlier. Buzz Aldrin's grandmother's
it-
name was Moon,
Is this a fact you've
which
got?
is what?
Is this one of
That's
your
one
good
of the
facts?
It's all the, yeah, it's the top one.
if this is
I've
your
got more numbers,
if this is
is
your
number
best
one.
fact,
Yeah, number one.
oh,
There's a girl in Terminator Salvation, and her name is Moon Bloodgood.
Yeah, but she's like Native American or some shit.
Yeah, but it's got like 6 O's in it. That's a ridiculous number of O's to have in your name.
moon
that is
blood good.
Moon Bloodgood, yeah.
It's a fucking good name.
I
She's
can't.
very good as well. I like her a lot.
What was Salvation? What was Terminator Salvation?
Christian
What happened in
Bale.
that? Oh yeah, Christian Bale.
It was
yeah.
the one where it's basically just Christian Bale shouting at people. Like, he goes, "If you stay the course, we are dead. We are all dead." And Hal from Malcolm in the Middle is in the submarine, and he's like, "No, you stay the course."
Isn't that the one where Christian Bale genuinely yelled at everyone though?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Like he got in trouble for like just yelling.
rightfully so. Though that guy didn't know what he was doing with the lights. You know.
Yeah, but you know.
I love when he's just, "We're fucking done professionally."
Yeah.
What film are you talking about?
Terminator Salvation.
Oh, I've
he
never
had
seen
a
it, never seen it.
He had a massive fit, like in the actual when they were recording it, when they were filming it, and some dude he was
I
doing
think
some
I've seen
really-
this video actually.
It's like
Yeah,
to do with the boom operator or the light operator. He got in his angle or his way or something. Yeah.
during an emotionally intense scene, which with Christian Bale is all the scenes.
all the scenes. Yeah.
Every scene he's ever performed in has been intense.
It is weird that he yelled at him in his Batman voice though. That was weird.
He doesn't break character though, ever. He is Batman
He is Batman
in real life.
Batman's
You know,
real.
wouldn't it be mad if your man, who's the other guy in it? That fella who has like the charisma of a sponge, the guy from Avatar, Sam Worthington.
Sned.
Sam Worthington, like, imagine if it was him going mental at the, like, "Come on, man, I'm doing a really emotionally intense scene here," and the guy's just like, "Come on, you can't act, like, this is just a lie."
Sam Worthington he's the one. Like he looks like he should be like a muscly bloke, but he's just not.
Yeah,
He should be on
that
a
is
building
him.
site. Like, darling. Yeah.
He's in
He's
in
Australian,
Man
isn't
on the
he?
Ledge. What? Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah, he was the man on the ledge in Man on the Ledge.
You've missed a good pie, Loosemore. You could have gone from Australia into your facts.
Yeah, true. But
I linked that up
there,
perfectly.
we were still on Australia though, aren't we? This is not
Australia, go.
Australia. Go. Russell Crowe facts.
Oh, good.
May or may not be true. They are all true. Russell Crowe owns the world's third largest beat band.
Oh
That's
god,
true.
he is quite the beatist.
I didn't even hear what he said. I just burst out laughing anyway.
That's what happens. Someone mentions
'Cause it's
Russell Crowe.
Like,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, right, I asked Loosemore, like, literally yesterday if he'd appear on the show, and he was like, yeah, sure, what we do it about? And I came up with the idea, I was like, let's just do weird facts. And his first reaction, like, within seconds of me saying that was, "Oh god, I'm gonna need to come up with some Russell Crowe facts." Like, there is no other topic out there. Like, Loosemore's default, like, his instinct is just, you know what, the people
Russell
need to
Crowe.
know.
Yeah.
People need to know about Russell
I
Crowe.
heard weird facts, and then my brain went Russell Crowe.
Give us another one.
Russell Crowe has a rock band, and they're called Big Russ and the Colossal Cats.
If he doesn't have that rock band, he needs to. Oh, I'm disappointed that it doesn't exist now.
So am I.
I would listen to that. I would go to that.
How do you know these aren't true?
Give us another one.
Go on, I don't want you to bring more out now. We've opened a.
Russell Crowe's character in Gladiator, as we all know, was called Maximus Meridius, which translated in English means large penis. Again, true. Just all true. Found these on his IMDb. All true. Yeah.
I tried so hard to not laugh.
I know, I was laughing halfway through.
So it's, I
he
didn't
said
even
was
hear his first
Gladiator.
two facts because I laughed before he finished them.
All he said was Gladiator, and I was laughing.
Yeah. As we all know, it's like it's. I don't know.
On this IMDb, I mean, you can go look it up.
I'm
You're right,
very
you're right.
reliable.
Yeah,
I've got a fact to break away from Russell Crowe.
it's good because I've run out anyway.
A US park ranger named Roy C. Sullivan holds the record for being struck by lightning the most times, having been struck 7 times between 1942 and 1977.
7 times?
Yeah, and he survived all of them.
Really?
Well, no, he died the first time.
Were they all in separate areas?
He died every
or
time.
the same area?
Well, lightning, contrary to popular belief,
Can strike twice.
Yeah, it
Of
actually
course it can.
lightning has like a favorite place that it likes to strike. So like that's what you know that movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise when he's like
The wind's going towards the storm. Yeah, that one.
Sure, and like he sees the lightning coming down into the ground, and this is the main reason that he's so freaked out is that he goes to the guy and he's like, I saw it, man. I saw the lightning hit the same place, not once, not twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It's insane, and that's his whole belief that why the aliens are coming. But that's actually a normal thing that would happen. Like what should have happened was the mechanic just slaps him in the face and just says, well, Tom, that's actually pretty standard delivery for lightning, so just go back to your home, please.
His character in that film reminds me of how Tom Cruise would be in that situation.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Just like throwing bits of bread at a wall because the kids don't want to eat it.
I fucking love Tom Cruise so much. Like I think we need more Tom Cruise movies in the world. Like he's so perfect. He's got the perfect mixture of like sane and completely insane, where he can be a perfectly functional member of society, but you just don't want to get him mad.
I reckon if you like filmed him at home, he'd just be him sitting in a chair, just like smiling.
Yeah.
Nothing happening around him. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, but you know that famous thing where he was like caught jumping on the sofa on Oprah?
Well, he never actually jumped on it.
No, they took all that out of context, didn't they?
Yeah, like he was told to stand on it, and like the crowd was like a Tom Cruise fan base, and
and
they all basically shouted at him until he stood on it. Like
until he did it, yeah. He didn't just do it randomly, like everyone says. But
no,
he's obviously a crowd pleaser, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
That's all he is, yeah.
Although, have you ever seen that time when like someone was interviewing him with a microphone that had like a water gun inside of it?
He just grabs it, didn't he?
Face. He was just like, "Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
I thought you were going to ask me some questions. You're a jerk. You're an inconsiderate jerk.
You're a big jerk."
But yeah, it's Tom Cruise. That was my lightning fact. A lot of these facts I got from like facts for kids.
Lightningfacts.com.
No, all of them are for kids.
Lightningfacts.com.
There are no lightning facts for adults. Like I was trying to find out how likely you are to get hit by lightning if someone phones you enough times, because I was trying to kill my friend Jack.
Yeah, cheers.
But, like,
thanks for that one again.
Yeah, no bother, man. Like,
I mean,
you've earned it, buddy.
I did earn that. I've worked my life to be.
We'll do it any time, Jack.
Yeah.
Any time. You just say the word.
Cows have best friends and they get stressed out when they're separated.
Yeah, I love this fact because I regularly eat cows, and
you by eating one, you're stressing out another one.
yeah.
That makes me sad though.
Yeah, no,
I don't
legitimately
like
does actually
the
make
idea
me sad.
of sad animals. Even
Sad cows.
even a cow or
Yeah.
a female
Can
giraffe
cows
getting
really be
headbutted.
sad though? I mean they're expressionless.
Cows are like a fucking vacuum that just sucks all the charisma out of animals, especially four-legged animals. Like
If a cow was a car, it'd be a fucking van, wouldn't it? I mean,
yeah,
just,
a white van with no text on it or anything.
Exactly, yeah.
They're just soulless fucking drones that just stand there going. "Meow."
I've been chased by one.
Okay, Jack, go for it.
Yeah, you need to tell this story.
I'd like to continue the story, but I think I've just finished it. I just got been chased by a cow.
I get chased by a cow.
Like you live in Essex, so please set this scene.
Setting the scene, I was walking through a field with friends, and we weren't going to go cow tipping because that's really horrible. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I live in Ireland. I know people who do it.
It's so sad. Like, why do
It
that?
is.
Anyway, I was walking through this field, and a cow just started running at us, and so I ran. I wish I told you the story was shit.
I wish you didn't tell me the story at all. Should we explain what cow tipping is to any people who mightn't know?
Yeah, if a cow sleeps, like, is it standing up or just like perched on something?
Standing up.
Yeah, and they push it over, and because of how it is, how its body is, how it's so sort of something, whatever they say, whatever the word is, they just can't get back up, and so they just lie on the floor like a turtle.
Yeah, like a turtle with their legs in the air.
Yeah.
Then can you pull the cow back up, or is that not a thing that you can do?
Well, it depends how stressed it is about whether or not you ate his friend.
Yeah, if it finds out you've cooked its fucking wife or something, it's
Yeah.
probably not going to be that happy.
Its best friend, yeah.
Usually what you do is you get the cow on the ground and you pin it, and if the ref counts to 3, then you get up and lift the cow up. And
I think that's actually what.
Well, you win the title, don't you?
yeah, you win the title.
I think that's what like bulls actually are. Stressed out cows with their friend taken away.
You win the intercontinental title.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, nice.
You fucking
We should
nailed
just
it.
end it now, to be fair.
No. I've got way too many facts.
Cow puns, I mean, doesn't get better than that.
I am out of cow facts.
I've got a great fact here. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which actually you guys might
It's
have
NASA,
heard of.
isn't it?
I believe
For
it's
fuck's
frequently abbreviated and referred to as NASA or NASA.
The NSA.
Yeah, NASA. I don't know why I didn't just say NASA, but they pay select applicants something like $9,000 a month in dollars to lie in a bed and not get out, and it goes on for 70 days. And they just want their participant to spend every moment lying down, but they pay them very handsomely for it. And they could just use sick people, but the goal is to use healthy people because of studying for space or something. I don't know.
It's to do with travel, isn't it? Surely. The
Yeah,
amount
I'd
of time
imagine
spent
so.
lying down.
How a body would act in the same position,
Yeah.
I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't really get too far into researching why, because I thought like
You were too
most of
busy
the
applying
facts-
for the job.
Well, yeah, that's true. I do it anyway for
You've
free.
got it
so
nailed down, yeah.
might as well get paid.
You might as well
for it.
just email NASA saying, I haven't received my check this month. I've been lying in bed for 70 days.
But that's one of the, like, a lot of these facts, the reason that we have a huge twist where some of them can be made up is because, in all honesty, most of the things on the internet are actually made up. And
They're bullshit. Yeah.
even the ones that aren't made up are like, there are some facts that are definitely facts, but come on. You know what I mean? Like that one that we were talking about where if you were to take every artery and blood channeling
Oh yeah,
thing,
about going to the moon or something, wasn't it?
yeah, no, you 60,000 miles is what
That's
it would
it,
stretch
yeah.
out to from one human. You could
Which
go
is
around the
complete
world
bullshit.
twice. Like, I mean, it's true, but come on. There's no
Yeah.
way that's true. Like, I accept that it is definitely a fact. It's definitely true, but it's bullshit. Like,
It's
not
one of the
true
things
at
that
all.
no one's ever going to prove that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How would you put it together?
Yeah, like there's
Staple it.
no. The other one as well. Humans are like 80% water. Like I accept that it's true, definitely, but come on, it's bullshit, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
We're mostly skin. I'm not having it.
Yeah.
Skin will cover a tennis court, isn't it?
Something
Would
like
it?
that.
All
Yeah.
all the skin, because obviously you've got layers of it, haven't you? There's like layers of skin cells. So
yeah,
if
you
you
shed
laid,
your skin every
yeah,
3 days.
if you laid it all out, then it would cover a tennis court.
Does that mean that a tattoo is like they actually tattoo the pigments of your skin? so
Yeah,
it continuously
like literally
grows
right
back into
through.
itself?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Right through.
Alright.
So when it obviously your skin goes, it will come back.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Is that why over time tattoos?
Shit. Well,
They
most
f-
tattoos are shit when they're done, but that's my fact.
All of mine are pretty. Well, no, in fairness, like 2 of mine are really good. I just don't like them.
You've got some terrible tattoos.
Shut up. Let's not talk about it. Right. Next fact is: anyone remember that advert from the '90s that was like "Got Milk"?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Bay directed that.
That doesn't surprise me, to be fair.
No, I'm not sure I believe this or not. This might be one of the fake ones.
Was there an explosion?
There was no explosions in it.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't
It's
direct
like-
it then, did he? Or a slow-mo sunset scene. If there's not one of them, he didn't direct it.
He also had a role in the movie Mystery Men.
What, as an actor?
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's
he
not
was an
true.
extra in it. Although he actually had a name in it, I think.
Was it Michael Bay?
He directed The Purge, didn't he?
No.
No, he didn't.
I swear he did.
No,
No.
The Purge is actually good, Jack. You're confusing what, you know.
There's no way The Purge is good, is
No,
it?
no, that's bollocks. The Purge is awful.
I haven't seen The Purge, but I'm just sure it. I mean, like,
I don't know. I quite
That
liked it.
whole idea just wouldn't work. Like the whole you can no, because it said, doesn't they say that there's like barely any crime on any day apart from one when it's allowed? That's bollocks. People don't commit crime for the sake of committing a crime. People commit crime because they need something.
Yeah,
They're
well, it's a
desperate
crime
for
of passion
something.
mostly, isn't it?
People aren't only
Murder
hungry.
especially.
Yeah, people aren't desperate for money on one day of the year. They're desperate
yeah,
for money all through
it's
the year.
it's true that the main source of crime, the main reason for every crime, is pretty much poverty or mental illness. So.
Yeah.
But the purge thing I find weird is that like crime is legal, so I'm gonna go and wear a mask to conceal my identity, despite this being 100% legal. That's like that's like turning 18 and walking into a shop and buying a packet of cigarettes and going and smoking them while hiding in a shed. Do you know what I mean? Like you are well within your rights to do it. So why are you concealing your identity, eh?
Yeah.
You know.
But I guess because after the purge is over, they may think, I don't want to be known as the guy who raped all those women that
Hey,
night.
don't bring logic and reason into my.
Yeah, I didn't come into this argument wanting to argue with someone who had a fact.
To be fair, I think I just won that argument, so it's, you know.
Well, we'll call it a draw.
Yeah, we'll call it a draw. Yeah.
I'll go
Yeah.
with my fact, which is I think is probably my best fact. The population of the world can live within the state boundaries of Texas.
Yeah,
Texas
I've
is a
heard
big
that
place.
before. Texas
Yeah,
is.
but there's 6 billion people.
What is it? You can fit like Britain into Texas something like 180 times or
Something
something.
times, yeah.
So like, you know, the whole thing about people have this perception that, you know, the world is overpopulated, but in fact that's down to food supply rather than, you know, amount of space we have available for
Yeah,
people.
we've got loads of fucking space.
Yeah, we've too much space, and
Yeah.
even if we have no space here, we've got space like outside
Everywhere,
the planet.
yeah.
You know, so
You know, I was reading about Gaza the other day, and it's like it's actually such a tiny area, isn't it?
yeah,
it's
There's
very
like
small.
there's 1 million people in that tiny area,
Yeah.
smaller than the Isle of Wight, without water or food or stuff like that.
yeah, and
That's-
it's all surrounded by Israel.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Thank you for bringing Gaza to our
Yeah,
light-hearted
thank you for bringing
discussion,
down
yeah.
the.
Thanks for bringing the images of dying kids into my fucking day.
Well, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela was not removed from the US terror list until 2008.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, US are fucking mad, aren't they?
Well, like the thing about the
Yeah, but they
US,
might have just forgot about it. Like,
I'd like to think someone's keeping an eye on it.
yeah,
They
the
said,
terror.
don't just let it sit there for a little while and go,
They're like,
shit,
Hitler's-
Mandela's still on
Hitler's
this.
still on this list, but he's been dead 70 years.
Yeah.
well, like John Lennon was on the FBI and CIA watch list and all that for his communism, you know, speeches.
That's
and
true.
shit.
Didn't he protest by lying in a bed for like a month?
Probably.
And not
he
run
was
a sign.
pretty
He was just
pretentious.
practicing for the NASA, though, weren't he?
He was like smacked off his head constantly, though, weren't he?
Yeah, he like, you know, a lot of people. Actually, I want to go back to the terrorist thing because the U.S. didn't actually stop funding the IRA until like the day after 9/11 or something like that. So there's another one. But
The IRA.
yeah, the IRA.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Didn't know he did in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Mm.
But
I love the fact that going back to Gaza, that the US they were going for this ceasefire, weren't they? But then also they're supplying Israel with weapons at the same time. Which
that's
is
right.
brilliant,
Yeah.
which
Like,
is
by the
just-
way, Israel, do you want to just like,
Yeah.
you know, could you please just not kill all these innocent
they're like,
people?
ceasefire,
Oh, you want this
ceasefire,
tank?
Ceasefire.
Yeah.
I'll have a gun. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
Fire,
it's-
fire this gun, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move away from Gaza
And child death.
which,
yeah.
funnily enough, if I lived there, is what I would also be saying. Right now.
I think that's what they're saying now. You should move.
We should move away from Gaza.
Our-
yeah.
our
I'm
neighbour-
definitely not including any of this in the episode. There's no way this is making it in there.
No,
It's
you
gotta
got
stay
to.
in.
Let's go.
Right, I've got a fact, right? There's a lake in Ailmackle in the country of Palau, which, admittedly, all of this
I
sounds
don't
very
know
made
the lake or the country, to be honest.
right? Yeah, this could be the most made up one ever. It's actually true, but this lake is like, it's popular amongst tourists and weirdos for its jellyfish population. But in the year 1998, the jellyfish population in the lake was reduced to 0. Like, they all died off. No jellyfish left. And then in the year 2000, there were lots of jellyfish in the lake again for some bizarre reason. And like, I Google image searched this lake, and you know, it's not fucking big enough for there to be jellyfish that were just playing possum down there, hiding away. Like, do you know, it, like, you know, they just literally manifested inside of the lake.
They died, and then
Is
what
it
they
not
died.
a thing that they sleep for a long time? Is that not a thing? Or...
But they disappeared. Like, well,
oh right, okay.
They were training for NASA.
Yeah. Jellyfish.
it always comes back to NASA.
Yeah. You know, like they just disappeared and then came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, they
This
might
is-
have migrated south for the winter.
Was this where they got the plot for that TV show, the 400, whatever it's called,
The 4400.
the 4400?
Yeah.
I don't know. That I watched like 4 episodes. That's like really old, isn't it?
What, the
That got
4400?
cancelled a while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that
one
was-
is gonna get that reference.
Yeah.
They're not, are they?
Jack.
That was a superb reference, and I've just.
It's, you might as well have referenced like chips or mash.
Yeah. Let's talk about MASH now for 10
People,
minutes. Jack,
no,
go on.
people know the 4400.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they will.
No.
There's only one way to find out. Yeah, I just asked them all. They said no, they haven't heard
Yeah.
of it.
Have they not?
Nah.
That was quick.
But fucking, you know about MASH? This is a fact about MASH actually that I've just remembered. There were more minutes from episodes of MASH than the US spent in the Korean War, or whatever war MASH is set in.
So there's more episodes of MASH per the duration of time than they spent actually fighting the war in Korea that MASH is based on. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Well, MASH went on for like 10 years or something, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the highest rating ever of a finale of a season apparently.
Has it?
Yeah, like 60 million people tuned in to watch the finale or something,
Fucking
which is
hell.
like mental.
It's also a made up fact.
Yeah, I just made it up just now, but yeah, it's probably true. I mean,
I believed everything. Oh,
Right, here's a great fact, right? There's a truck driver called Edwin Robinson, and in 1971, he was in like a really bad traffic accident. Which, whenever I say like traffic accident, like how do you get hit by cars that are all basically parked? Anyway, he was in like a road accident in 1971, and he was blinded, like lost his vision completely. And then 9 years later, in the year 1980, presumably, because that's how you do maths, he was struck by lightning after taking shelter from a thunderstorm under a tree near his home. And later on that night, his vision came back.
so the lightning cured him.
Yeah.
is it real?
Yep.
That is actually real.
Yep.
Yeah, is
Alright.
it though? Is it?
Is it though?
Is
It
it?
is, yeah.
That's
wait,
one
so
of it's one of the facts where I just,
Yeah, but
I'm
then
really
they have
struggling
those-
to.
They have those instances where people lose their vision, don't they, because of stress or whatever. Is
The
that
way I see it might have happened is that obviously everything in your brain works through like electro pulses, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that connect to the eyes of the person that had the crash might have
Might
died,
just frazzled.
and
yeah.
this lightning going through it has sort of sparked them
Recharged
into
it.
life again.
Yeah, it's like it turned him back on, so to speak.
Yeah,
I want to just point out here that none of us are experts in anything,
Nope.
and everything Jack said is probably scientifically inaccurate.
Yeah, but it sounded fucking good, so.
I did
Yeah,
now.
no, I liked
did.
what Loosemore said better about the fact that some people lose their sight through stress and stuff, and that is, it probably could be something like that.
And then the lightning just happened to be a coincidence.
Is there anything more stressful than being hit by lightning?
Yeah, I can imagine a few things.
Yeah, but then he was just in a car accident where he lost his sight, so comparatively it's probably not as bad, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't like. You ever hear that story about that guy who? Now this is one of those things that I read about a long time ago, but he had like a wife and a kid, and he was in some car crash, or I don't know, he got sucked into a jet engine, or I don't remember the whole story, but
Definitely the latter.
he came out of a coma and he was just a homosexual after that.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, I did hear about that.
That seems like such a he was definitely
Yeah,
gay.
but it's like he was definitely gay
his
before.
whole life,
Like, yeah,
and
exactly.
he's used it as an excuse.
Excuse, yeah.
That is bullshit.
I was like, oh my god, I got hit by a car, and now...
No, but like he had
No.
completely increased. What's the opposite of testosterone? What the?
feminine stuff.
Yeah, what's it called? Estrogen. He had extra
Estrogen,
estrogen,
yeah,
levels
estrogen, yeah.
and everything, and like spoke more like a girl. Like, you know, it was
Yeah.
quite. Yeah, it's like quite clearly
He
some
just
kind
hadn't
of.
been to the doctors in a while. He already had that.
He must have been a bit gay.
Yeah, that
Like,
is entirely
the doctor,
possible.
the doctor would have said to him, like, "Oh, you've got high levels of estrogen." He would have gone, "Ah, yeah,
really?
I do love men now." Yeah, that's not happened before.
The doctor said to him, like, you know, you are a massive homo now after this
And
accident.
he goes,
like,
"Oh, really? Oh, fancy a drink tonight?"
Fancy a drink.
all right, Jack, that's enough audio.
That's the estrogen talking.
Anyone got another fact?
Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with humans are responsible for the deaths of 70 million sharks each year.
Fucking what?
70
no, you
million?
made that
No,
up.
not 70
That's
million.
way too
70
many.
million. Yeah,
I'm not even
that's
that.
true. 70 million.
I don't believe that there's that many sharks,
But
let
in
alone
fact, if
sharks
it was,
being killed
if
a
that
year.
fact was humans are responsible for 70 million deaths of sharks in all of time, you'd go, well, I guess in all of time there might have been 70 million sharks.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
a
that's what I
year.
believe.
Yeah, exactly. But a year it just sounds ridiculous. But I got this from a site that said true facts. So
Oh,
Right,
sorry,
I'm
I believe you
sold.
now. Yeah, yeah, you are right.
yeah, no, there's 70 million sharks each year. It doesn't make sense.
No,
There's
that
not
can't
that
be true
many-
because I didn't think there'd be that many alive,
But that,
let
that
alone
but
being
the
killed.
fact is that it's humans are just responsible for 70 million shark deaths. That means
Yeah,
there's
what about the
more
rest of
than
them?
that deaths. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at least we're probably responsible for half of shark deaths a year, probably.
Yeah.
That's being very conservative as well.
The others are like cancer.
Yeah,
You know.
being struck by lightning and
You
Struck
have a
by
shark
lightning.
dying of cancer.
Yeah.
Like.
Shark
This great
wars.
white, you know, murdered many humans in his day, but then he died of bladder cancer in
in a hospital
1982.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 70 million seems.
Seems ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a fucking good fact.
It's
Like,
interesting you
bullshit.
mentioned sharks because on the
Nothing more.
10th of August, which is, when this episode goes up, it will be 2 days away, or even 1 day away. It's
Is it
Shark
Shark
Week.
Week?
It's the
Yeah.
start of
Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Sponsored by Macklemore.
Shark Week
like-
just reminds me of Step Brothers.
Really, it reminds me of Macklemore and that line where he's like, "And I'm eating at the beak like I gave a little speed to it." No, it's not eating at the beak. It's like, "I'm eating at the beat like I gave a little speed to a great white shark on Shark Week," and then he just goes rah for some reason.
He is probably the best.
Because
lyricist
sharks
of
go
all time.
raw.
He's the
Imagine
next one,
sharks roared.
They don't.
Imagine they did. That's
Well, it's a waste of raw. Because you can't hear underwater.
yeah, you
that
can.
well, can you? Yeah. Well, are you a fish, Jack? I mean, come on.
Katy Perry's song would have a brand new meaning.
I just cheated and googled it, and the latest research suggests that 100 million sharks may be killed every year.
What, by humans?
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense. That's. Oh.
like in order for that to be like, you have to, there
In
must
order
be,
for that to be true, there's more than 100 million sharks in the world.
there's more than 100 million humans going after these sharks.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That doesn't. Oh.
That's ridiculous. Because it said the same. I just did Google, and the first thing that came up was 100 million sharks.
Yeah, like listen, right? There must be somebody in the comment section who's like a sharkologist or something. Like, can you leave a comment and let us know what's going on here?
And does anyone work for NASA? Because I want that job. if the head of
If that's
NASA
true,
is
and
listening
then
to
we
this-
like one of the most famous movies ever is Jaws, and we struggle to kill like one shark. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Really? We kill 70 million a year, and then this.
it would be
one.
it should be 70 million and one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ken Shamrock, former world's most dangerous man and UFC guy and WWF guy, is 50 Cent's bodyguard.
Really?
Yep.
What, in real life?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean in real life?
No, it's more
the-
in SmackDown versus Raw.
in 50 Cent's game that he bought out.
To be fair, that's not actually a far-fetched thing because he did have like 2 games.
He did, yeah.
He did,
Both
did.
of which I
remember
had.
playing one of them.
Yeah, they were
One of them was
fucking
PS2,
awful.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Or was it like G-Unit Blood on the Sand or something?
Was he not featured in one of those like beat 'em up games? Well, there was rappers versus like Mortal Kombat. Or
Sharks.
something. Yeah. Mortal Kombat versus rappers or something. Wasn't it?
I'd love to see rappers versus sharks.
Rappers versus sharks.
Hey Macklemore, come here, I want to show you something. You want to see what Shark Week looks like?
Yeah.
So I can take this up, bring it back with another fact.
Yeah, give us a
Yeah,
fact.
go for
A
it.
dolphin's nipples are located in its arse.
Did you do any research on this, Jack?
This is like toilet humor, like that shouldn't make me laugh. But it's not the fact that makes me laugh,
Yeah.
it's just the fact that this is the level of fact I expected from you.
For me,
Yeah,
honestly, what do people expect from me?
not a lot.
Not a lot.
To be fair, we get you got what, an hour beforehand to come up with some facts.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
there was plenty better than that.
Yeah, well, you peaked too early. We know that. Now you're on the dregs of the shit at the bottom, aren't you?
I was still saying
Like
earlier that I
dolphin
don't
nipples.
quite understand. Is that the
That doesn't
complete?
surprise me at all.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
life in general.
Just regular stuff, Jack. Yeah.
The completely blind people don't see blackness; they see nothing. I don't know what nothing is.
That's a good
That's-
point. You could ask a blind person what nothing is.
But
Yeah, and I'm sure they're
they've
gonna
got
give you a
nothing- they've
vivid
got nothing to, yeah, they've got nothing to like reference it to. I don't know what the nothing is.
It's kind of orange.
It's kind of.
Kind of orange. What was it like? I don't know. What they must see blackness. It says
Nah,
they don't
you-
see blackness, but they must. That's all they must see because there's
Did you
no.
ever see Daredevil with Ben Affleck?
No.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, well, poor Loosemore and Jackie made the right choice because it's a terrible movie.
it's a terrible movie.
I just wanted to get that in. It's got nothing to do with blind. Nah, he's blind in that movie, and I think that his vision is sort of. I read a really, really vivid description once on what blind people see, and it was like they kind of like you can see things.
Apparently, you can see outlines of things.
Yeah,
Like very, very vague, very vague outlines.
you know what they see? It all just looks like the Matrix code coming across
Fuck
their
off.
vision. Nah, I don't know. I'm not blind, so I can't really.
Yeah, I just don't understand nothing.
Nah, it's weird. I'm surprised no one has like gouged their eyes out with a spoon.
And gone,
Yeah.
oh, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then
But, like,
after
supposedly-
he says it, he goes, "That really wasn't fucking worth it."
If you're born blind, like there's different types of blindness as well that change the way you see things as well. So
I'm gonna go with a fucking good fact now.
is it that love
100
is blind?
Is love is blind? Yeah. It has to do with trees. Is this connected to love? I don't know. 100 million trees are accidentally planted by squirrels that bury their nuts and then forget where they left them.
That is the greatest fact I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That is
Because I thought it was
great.
going to be 100 million trees are bitten by sharks on their way from the sea to wherever they're housed.
It used to be 70 million, and now it's 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of trees are accidentally planted each year.
Good
Or
guy
squirrels.
squirrel saving the world.
The thing is, like,
Yeah.
I've always thought about squirrels forgetting their nuts, but I've never thought what happens to that nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes into a fucking tree. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is actually really good.
I like the fact that like the squirrels are just hundreds of nuts and they're just forgetting where they are and they have to go back and get more and then just bury them again and then forget where they are and then
It's like it's the greatest thing, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
they're little, they're great things like that in the animal kingdom that just make me happy. Like I just like that squirrels are just like, I like the way there's a squirrel out there right now who's buried a nut and he's like, oh fuck,
yeah, it's
Where
like,
is
"God
it?"
damn it.
and like he's frantically running everywhere, and like he goes up to his friend Frank and he's just
Yeah.
like, hey Frank, you seen where I put that nut?
And he's
God
like,
damn it,
"Have you
Frank.
Have you checked behind the sofa? And he's like, we don't have sofas with squirrels.
Well, who's the American old president or tries to be president who's well into like the environment? Al Gore, what's his name?
That's
Is that his
Al
name?
Gore, yeah.
Yeah,
That's Al Gore.
like his
Al
best
Gore,
friends.
what's his name?
His best friend just must be squirrels.
Because he's mad about the environment.
Yeah.
The best part was Al Gore. What's his name? Like, you told us his name and then asked us what his name was. Like, was it a really really quick memory trick or something?
Yeah, I said it wrong around, didn't I? I brought the sentence in my head, but I just said the last part before the first part.
Yeah. All right, I got another fact about the squirrels of the ocean. Lobsters. When lobsters,
Yeah, that's a fact. No, but that's it, isn't it? The squirrels of the ocean.
you know what they call lobsters, don't you?
Yeah, the squirrels of the ocean.
They're always going around
Because
climbing up
we all
trees.
know that lobsters forget where they plant their nuts. and then
Exactly. Yeah.
So many trees.
But yeah, frozen lobsters, like when they're brought up for food reasons, they get they fucking get put in a freezer or whatever. But when they thaw, they can come back to life.
Like Captain America.
Yeah, or no, not the Terminator. What's like Futurama?
Yeah.
Because those are two things that people regularly confuse.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah. Terminator, Futurama.
Yeah.
How sound similar.
how would that make you feel? Like if you came back to life from being Demolition Man? That's what it's like.
Oh yeah, Demolition Man.
That's
Fucking
the
great
one.
movie.
But yeah, like that. I would love to do that. I'd love to be frozen and wake up in the future.
Sandra Bullock is in Demolition Man, right?
Yeah, she is. She's 50 now.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
That's
Oh,
just
she's-
like
So's Courtney Cox. What's
Yeah.
happening to all my childhood?
Jennifer
you know?
Aniston must be not far from it.
Who cares about her?
Yeah,
I do.
I was more of a Monica fan, to be fair. Than
Yeah, same. Because
Really?
she cleans.
Yeah, she cleans, she cooks. I mean, season 7 Monica. No, beats any season of Rachel, and I'll
Yeah.
argue that forever.
Yeah, and Rachel has a history of cheating on people and just being a big tick cunt about everything as well. So
Yeah. Come on,
You
Jack.
know-
Where's your argument with that?
I don't know. I panicked again.
He's now googling Rachel.
He's just crying.
I'm just crying because people are trying to take my true love away from me. No, Ross is the best character on Friends.
Yeah, right.
That is a fact.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That is a true fact.
There are only 3 countries in the world that don't use the metric system as their standard of measurement: America, Burma, and fucking Liberia. Why is this happening? Like,
Well, because America can do what they want, but the others don't have an excuse, do they?
You know
America
what's
just
so-
like to do
like-
things the same but different, like their
yeah,
spelling.
they're so fucking awkward about everything. Like, when you see a date in America, like every fucking year it was the same. As like, I see a date for the next Call of Duty release date, because they have these trailers like months in advance, and I'm just like, oh yes, it comes out on the 11th of June, and then you find out that it's actually out on the 6th of November, and you're just like, God, for fuck,
I
come
know
on.
why they do it, because when I say the date, I'll say, oh, it's July 10th, and that's obviously where they've got it from.
Yeah.
Like we write the date as if it's like, if it's July 10th, we say, oh, it's 10th of July, so we put 10:07, and that's how we'd say it if we said it the way it is.
To
Obviously,
be
people
fair,
say, oh,
I
it's
always
July
say
10th.
it's the 4th of August.
I say
that's
like-
how it-
I say June
I think
9th. That's if it's my
America just,
birthday.
like-
Done.
I think America just like that cunt in school who always has to argue with you. Just
Yeah.
you can say white and they'll just go, you know what, it's actually black, and you just go, no, it isn't, it's clearly white, and then they just stand there and argue.
Well,
Exactly
actually,
right, yeah.
vision is determined by a subjective number of qualities from your brain that trigger different things. So if I say that it's black, then to me it is black, and if you correct me on that, you're totally wrong.
When you were younger, like, if you, as stupid as it sounds now, if you saw like a fat American bloke, like 30 stone, wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, because he was American, was he not the coolest person in the world?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
because
always
you're
thought that.
made to believe at that age that America is the.
Honestly, I've
great
been to
hope.
America. They are the least funny people in the world.
When I was I don't know, I was in an airport when I was like 6 for some reason. I think my parents were trying to send me back, but
They did
There's
that
like
after your
some-
birth, didn't they? So we don't want
yeah,
this
that's
one.
right. Yeah, there was some American guy just checking his bag in, and like on reflection, I can remember what he looked like, and he looked like a creep with a mustache. But because everyone with a mustache looks like a creep,
They do.
in all honesty, it's the worst facial hair. I don't know why anyone has it, but anyway, the woman was like, "Do you want me to weigh your bag or something?" And the dude was just like, "Oh yeah, please, if you could." And I was just like, "Oh my god, it's an American guy. I want to be his friend." Like,
They're just, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
it
he
is.
couldn't have
Like,
said the douchiest thing.
it's because you own the only like experience you had with Americans was films where they're
was
made to
Will
look.
Smith saving
Yes.
Yeah,
humanity.
the Earth, yeah.
Yeah, or Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, like Americans, like they're just the weirdest people in the world.
You know your man in Jurassic Park, whose name is Sam Neill, possibly.
Sam Neill, yep.
He's English.
Yep.
I did not know that until I saw his like acceptance speech at the Brit Awards or whatever it was, at the BAFTAs. Maybe.
He does look very English.
Yeah,
he does
well,
look English, yeah.
but like he's, in Jurassic Park, he's American, and that's the only movie I've ever seen in my life, so it's all I really have to go by. But I was really he came out and he was just like, it is a great honor for me to accept this award, and I was just like, holy Jesus balls,
Yeah,
this dude is
well,
not American.
yeah, that happened like 10 years ago with like Americans in for House,
What's his name?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, yeah.
Yeah, like Americans freaked out when he accepted an award at like the TV award show. What's it called? The Emmys, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
He accepted an
The,
award.
the
obviously, with
Soapies.
The Soapies, obviously. Yeah, he accepted an award for Best Actor or whatever, and did it in an English accent. Obviously, and Americans were like, "Oh my God, he's English." Like, yeah,
I find it like really weird that he's like a sex symbol in America, when like over here he's Stuart Little's dad.
Yeah. What I did-
Wait, no. In House, he speaks in an English accent.
No, he doesn't.
Does he not?
No.
I've watched
Well,
House.
He
I've
is an
watched
American
House.
guy. He's playing Sherlock Holmes in House, but he's American Sherlock Holmes and Doctor Sherlock Holmes
Yeah.
instead of.
Yeah. Because they based
well,
it on Sherlock Holmes, didn't they?
Every TV show now is
It's based
Sherlock
on
Holmes.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's about
like
4, isn't there?
Some kind of quirky character, like.
Well, Suits is Sherlock Holmes. Like, it's always just a guy who has some edge to his character that makes him awesome while simultaneously makes him a danger to himself.
Yeah.
And he just solves mysteries, and that's all that, like, in Suits, yeah, it's lawyer work, but it's still putting pieces of a puzzle together. Like, House is really obvious about it, because isn't there a guy called Wilson instead of Watson, and House
Yep.
instead of Holmes?
Yeah.
And then there's like Sherlock, then there's Elementary, and then there's the new Sherlock Holmes thing that's coming out, and then there's Sherlock Holmes 2, Sherlock Holmeser, and like there are just too many things to keep up with. But they're
Yeah,
all,
but if you notice about every television show now, because of that, the lead character has to be a genius, but a flawed genius.
No, and they always
there
have
is no
to,
there's
like-
no character in TV that's a genius, just a genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be a flawed genius. If you look at like anything like The Big Bang Theory or even like Breaking Bad or whatever, like they were geniuses, but they had like massive problems or whatever. It's-
and they always get they have all of this information stored in their head that they can't remember when they need to, but someone has to have a conversation with them where they say something vague and
That
cryptic.
is
they
my
click their fingers and it just goes.
That's it.
that's my biggest hate with TV.
Yeah,
is that
it's the same
thing.
on Suits. Like in Suits, it's always Mike talking to somebody with an emotionally charged conversation based on the fact that he's failing at what he's doing, and it's just like, Mike, don't worry about it. We're all the same people. We are who we are. And he's like, we are who we are. That's it. And it's the same every time. And then another thing in Suits is like, someone hands Harvey a folder and he looks in it and goes, this is good. That's every episode of Suits. And another thing, he gets in an elevator and the elevator is so polite that it waits until he's finished his piece of snappy dialogue before the door's shut.
It's amazing how that works in every TV show, isn't it?
It's just so, there are so many tropes that just keep on
if it's me, like, I'd be in an elevator, like, about to make a good point in an elevator.
Okay.
For like a lift. Is it a lift?
Yeah, just say lift, Jack.
A lift. But
in England, we call it chips.
About to finally make a good point, and like the lift doors will be shutting like halfway through, and I just like trying to shout it out like as it closes.
Yeah.
I can imagine it. You're just like, oh yeah, you're gonna need that when you're
fuck!
You just keep jamming the button to close it, yeah, and then it opens again.
And then by the time it opens again, I've forgotten my point.
Yeah.
It's just awkward silence.
You've got a massive bruise on your arm and the person's walking away. You just go back into the lobby. Hey, wait! Fuck you, that's what.
I just like, it opens back up and it's still standing there. It's just an awkward silence because I forgot my point.
If someone hands you a folder and you open it and you say, this is good, and it zooms in on it and it's just someone's traced their middle finger onto a piece of paper.
It's just a picture of Katy Perry's album.
Yeah.
This is good.
Katy Perry's real name is Kate Hudson, but she didn't want to go by that name because there's already a Kate Hudson, so she went by the name Katy Perry, which is her mother's maiden name. Boom. Katy Perry fact all up in this bitch.
I didn't know that.
She also released an album as Katie Hudson, which was a Christian pop album, which is why you've never heard it, because
it's Christian pop.
Because she fucking cleared that as soon as he could.
Katy Perry is two great. Things that shouldn't go together: Christian and popular.
Yeah, it's like ice cream and pizza.
I'd have that.
Yeah, to be fair, those are two things I really enjoy.
What? What is wrong with you people?
You don't enjoy pizza and separately ice cream, and you would not combine them together.
No.
Well.
And my example for that would just be, yeah, I like ice cream and pizza, but I wouldn't combine them. But that's fucking redundant now because you two freaks would eat that.
I would.
Are you those people who put your chips into your McFlurry at McDonald's?
No.
No, I've never done that.
Because I've seen people do that.
I've seen people do that as well.
I've never done that.
Right. Where's my other fact? The Egyptian pyramids were actually not built by the slaves. They were built by contractors.
I knew that.
Yeah, see, I knew that as well, right?
Yeah.
But what I don't get is, why the fuck did they teach me in school that it was built by slaves? Like, if a 5-second Google search can tell me that it wasn't.
But
like,
the problem is, it's like, there's so many stuff that we were taught in school that clearly isn't true. And for some reason they teach everybody that, and I don't know what the reason is to brainwash us into thinking that, I don't know, something's true.
No, I just generally think that there's like, that fact isn't well known enough for people to put it in the educational thing.
Yeah, but how hard is it to just be like, actually no, this is wrong?
Well, it's written, it's been passed down from time to time so much. It's like the Bible. It's like trying to say to someone who knows the Bible, oh, it's not true, because it's been passed down so much as being a fact. You wouldn't be able to, like, people wouldn't believe you.
It's like, you know, when we make the transition to like digital media, and you know, we won't have school books, we'll have like iPads engraved into desks and shit, and you can just like a little bit of copy and paste and we'll change all of that. That's going to be really bad because they're just going to subtly dumb everything down and make it more like propaganda. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just eventually the word God subtly gets changed to the word Google or something.
Yeah, but I genuinely think over time we're getting dumber anyway. Like, everyone says we're getting smarter. We're not getting smarter, are we? We're just getting dumber. Have you seen people? Have you seen people?
I'm familiar with their work.
Have you seen me?
People? Have you seen Jack? Have you seen Jack? Like, seriously.
Jack isn't really, you know, the yardstick of our society.
Yeah,
though,
but you think about the technology we have now and the amount of information that we have available to us. We should be way smarter than we were 50 years ago. But
we are, though. The Flynn effect is a thing that's, you know, it sort of proves that our, statistically our IQ has gone up every single year. I think.
But IQ's like,
yeah,
IQ is
IQ
immeasurable for people back then.
We are getting smarter, definitely.
Could you, like, someone like Einstein, did he have an IQ?
Well, put it to you this way. No, he never did. He didn't believe in those. But 40 years ago, what year was it? 1974. Right, never mind. 45 years ago. Nope, that's wrong. 48 years ago, black people weren't allowed to fucking like sit down on buses. So, like, we have come a long way. You
Yeah,
know?
people
We
talk
now
like-
know that.
People talk like people getting higher IQs. It's like, oh, we're educated more nowadays. But IQs have nothing to do with education. It's about the
Nah, they
brain
don't.
working stuff out.
IQ test is your IQ shows how good you are at taking an IQ test.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
that's all it is. Yeah.
That's what it
Did
is.
you have
But
to
like,
do those at school?
nah,
Did you?
you
not?
you have to do aptitude tests.
Oh right. We had to do
Those-
something like a CAT test or whatever it's called,
You're not meant to know your own IQ though.
and I got like 119 or something ridiculous.
If you know your own IQ and you say it to yourself in the mirror 3 times backwards, you die.
You die. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've said
one
it
of
twice.
those-
I can't afford to say it again.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. It's my fail-safe for if I'm having a bad day. I just know that I can.
Yeah. Well, that's how the police will find me, and they'll be like, "This is definitely suicide," and they're like,
Yeah.
he definitely said that 3 times in the mirror, didn't he? Because there won't be any there won't be a gun, there won't be a noose, nothing. There'll just be me, head first in a mirror.
But yeah, no, I don't think we're getting dumber. I think like the minority of people who buy all the outrage that tabloids are selling them, they just happen to be louder than, you know.
I just think like people do stupid things are like broadcasted more nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
That
too.
is true, but bad news is always going to be heard over good news, isn't it?
Well, like statistically, everything is good. Like statistically, this is the safest time ever to be alive since, like, you know, probably ever, because it probably wasn't too safe when the dinosaurs were around. But like, crime is down. Like everything's down. Like, you know, we're just.
But the problem is the news. Every news story is bad news. If we had the news and ran with all good stories, I don't know whether that'd be a better world or not. If like the top story on the news at 6 o'clock was a puppy's smile, you know, then we would. I don't even know, you know. Would we?
In other news, a woman died.
Yeah. In other news, a woman is dead. But would we be better off? I don't know. You know?
Oh, people
don't
aren't going to
think
get
so.
that reference, are they?
No,
No.
no one will.
But
But
just between us.
the like another thing is there's just so much money to be made in selling fear and outrage to people.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Did anyone see the Daily Mail headline? I think it was like yesterday, where it was like, "There's a sperm bank made specifically for lesbians" or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
I-
it zoomed
yeah,
into
yeah.
the actual thing, and it was.
And it turned out that it was just a sperm bank was made, and that was the whole headline that they got
Yeah.
mental over it.
Yeah.
Like,
And it says, was it heterosexual people also be offered this too?
yeah, exactly.
Right at the bottom in really small letters. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the Daily Mail. It's hilarious,
it's like the Onion, except it's way more cynical because
and they take themselves so seriously.
Yeah, they're so evil.
There is times where because I'll follow it on Twitter. There are times where the Daily Mail will do a headline like in 140 characters, and it will be, you could go, oh, that's a fucking Onion headline, but it's not an Onion headline. It's a fucking Daily Mail headline.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you could put like headlines together and say there could be a quiz like, is this the Onion or is it
Daily Mail.
Daily
yeah.
Mail? And you'd have to guess, and you'd get the majority wrong.
You would, yeah.
I
Well,
don't
there's
know.
some-
You could tell by the amount of racism, you know,
In the Daily
implanted
Mail,
in
that's
it
true.
that it'd be. Yeah, but I think we ran out of facts a long time ago.
I think we did.
Do any of you have any left?
There are hot single
I have-
milfs in your area looking for you. There's no way that can't be true.
No. I mean, I see it on the side of my internet pages all the time. So that's
What internet pages?
Internet
Yeah, what
pages.
websites do you go on?
All the good ones.
just for scientific,
Good
just,
ones.
just for research purposes. Which ones do you use?
Yeah, the ones with the people.
With the words and the pictures and the.
Yeah, the people. I've got a fact left, but it's not that great. But I just thought it was like a really cool sort of thing. But like the cigarette lighter was invented before the match.
Yeah, it was invented by Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you? I actually should have said that as well. Yeah, at the top.
An elephant uses its penis as a fifth limb, and so does Mark Wahlberg. that the elephant bit's true. I'm not sure about the Mark Wahlberg bit.
The cigarette lighter thing though is insane because that doesn't make any sense. Because of course it was invented before the match. Because a match is essentially just a stick we found on the ground, isn't it?
But that's no, of course, no.
That's true.
Surely the match must be. The match.
I think
is
there's
just a
more
stick.
to a match than it just being a stick.
Yeah, but for thousands of years, we didn't need a match because we had stick that we found on ground.
But when you were younger, like, did your dad come home from the pub or something and like lit his cigarette with a fucking stick that he found on the
He's
ground?
like, son, go get me a stick. And I was just
I've invented something.
and I was like, oh my god, a match.
And they've
Yeah.
Just puts like a giant stick into a fire, and like creates like pretty much a massive flame torch. And lights
he's got
a cigarette
he's
on
got
it.
such a happy look on his face, like mouth wide open, like waving it through the air, like.
Yeah.
What we didn't mention was that Loosemore comes from a very ancient tribe of cannibals.
And
Actually, that's not far
fire
off, yeah.
inventors.
I come from Wisbech, so I mean, you know.
Loosemore's
Is it
dad.
really
Loosemore's
not
dad was in.
Wisbech?
What is it?
What?
What was it? Wisbech or Wisbeach?
It's Wisbech.
It's Wisbech, but it's spelt Wisbech, but it's Wisbech because they took the A out of Wisbech and it just became Wisbech.
Is that because like it's such a shithole that someone just stole the A and they didn't bother? putting
Yeah,
it back
no,
in?
that's true. Yeah, it was
Took off the
stolen,
sign.
and they never found the person who had the A. Yeah.
And we abandoned that A from Wisbeach because it was haunted.
No,
Well,
it's
let's
'cause-
all
it's 'cause
celebrate with a nice
it's
glass
The worst
of
part
turn.
of
hundreds
it's the
of
worst
years
part of
ago.
Wisbeach.
It was a beach there, but now it's not because of global warming and Al Gore and stuff.
Someone's driving away with the A, and Loosemore's dad is just like, "Shake harder, son! They're getting away!" with his flaming torch.
Loosemore's yeah, people don't know Loosemore's dad was in Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one will get that reference either. That's
No, they
too
won't, will
90s.
they? Oh god,
I don't know. I think people know.
they must know that song.
Firestarter.
We were walking
Yeah.
on the moon before wheels were put on suitcases. I mentioned that the other day, and that blows my mind.
That is a good fact.
Yeah. I think who's that woman that not Medusa, Cleopatra.
The one who has all the
lived
snakes come
closer-
out of her.
Cleopatra lived closer to the time that we lived on the that we landed on the moon. That we lived on the moon.
Than
That we
now.
landed on the moon than she did to like the pyramids being built.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what was it? Was the movie Cleopatra? Was that a thing? But then I'm pretty sure that was all about Egypt and like pyramids and shit. So that's completely wrong, then, is it?
I don't know. It's all wrong when you think about it.
Well, movies are all bullshit, innit? So,
Well, like Brendan Fraser was in The Mummy.
but yeah, and you know, well, we all know
That was just another fact I threw in that sounded relevant to the conversation, but it wasn't.
Them type of facts I don't really count, do they? Because that is the most obvious thing. That is an actual fact.
Yeah,
he
but it's a
wasn't
fact, isn't it?
It
You know,
is,
they're
it is a
rebooting
good
The
fact because it is Brendan Fraser, and he's a what has he done since The Mummy?
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Joe, like, Bedazzled is such a shit movie, and that does not explain how or why I've seen it about 9 times.
Yeah,
And
but there are
also
some.
know most of the lines in it off by heart, and we'll probably watch it when we're done recording this.
Yeah, but there's some movies where you watch as a child hundreds of times, then you find out later they're shit. But you couldn't have been that old when you watched Bedazzled. You must have been. Was it yesterday? I mean, good God.
It's from 2001, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
There might be actually, because like The Mummy came out in like the 90s, didn't it?
Yeah, the first Mummy was like 99,
Oh yeah.
I think, and then the Scorpion King was like 2002, maybe 2001, which at the time I thought had like mind-boggling special effects.
CGI, yeah.
But looking back on it now, it was the
Yeah.
worst.
Metal
thing.
Gear Solid 2 had better CGI than.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because Metal Gear Solid 2 is the best game ever made.
We all know that's true. That's a fact.
That's not true.
I once spoke for about 15 minutes on this podcast about Metal Gear Solid 2 and my love for it. So,
Well,
I won't give that now, but you know.
I've got one about Bill Pullman.
oh god,
He took up public speaking after Independence Day.
That's not a fact, Jack.
This is.
I love that he has the nerve to call you on it after his Russell Crowe.
All of
That
the Russell
cannot
Crowe
be
facts
true.
Are true. You can take that to the bank. That's a thing.
Give us another Russell Crowe fact.
I'm laughing already.
When Russell Crowe was a young child, he wanted to be a Crocodile Dundee impersonator.
It's so ludicrous it could be true.
Yeah, I know, because
Oh,
you think
because it was
about it, he's
Australia.
Australian. He probably was Australia's biggest celebrity in the history of the world. I'm kidding. Stop shouting at me, Australian people. I don't mean that.
What Australian didn't want to grow up to be Crocodile Dundee or Rolf Harris? Not so much
Well,
now.
you took that a step too far.
Not so much now.
I don't even know who Ralph Harris is. Like, I know he's a paedophile and all that, but I don't know who he is.
He was on our TV, not yours.
Yeah.
Was he not?
You get-
Alright.
Do you get
Was
different TV?
Well, like, we get BBC and ITV. I just didn't fucking watch any of them.
Too busy.
I never
like,
had those growing up though. Like,
Too
you had to
busy
pay
shooting
extra
up
for
in
them.
an alleyway, weren't you?
Yeah, that's true. I had a rough upbringing. You know?
Because of all the potato shortages and stuff. That was something.
Hey, come on now.
Sorry, that was
Yeah,
racist.
that
really
was harsh.
quickly.
Yeah. But
Well-
I actually did read a fact earlier that like the population of Ireland still hasn't recovered since the potato famine.
No, of
So,
course it hasn't. Millions died, didn't they?
4 million, 2 million died, 2 million emigrated.
It's just a shame you
What
didn't.
percentage of the population at the time was that? Like that must have been a high percentage of people.
But it was 50%. The population was 8 million at the time.
You know, you tried to kill me with lightning.
Yeah, well, you know, your country tried to kill everyone in my country, so I think we're
I
even.
think we call it even, yeah, Jack.
My government's happy enough that you tried killing me that they just forget it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, before this develops into a mass brawl, I think we should probably end it. But before we do end it, if you guys want to phone Jack and hopefully kill him from lightning, his phone number is 07.
Please don't.
But yeah, how did you guys enjoy being on the Midnight Hour?
It was good.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but I mean,
But I honestly don't like either of you.
yeah. I mean, I'm not keen on Jack, but
Yeah,
who is, to be honest?
nobody.
Well, you tried to kill me once, so
Have you ever, Jack? Have you ever like been lying in bed and had your phone like up in front of your face and then dropped it on your face?
so many times.
Yeah, right. I've got a fact about that.
Oh,
That
God.
the reason that you do that is because you're a fucking idiot. Nobody has ever done that apart from you.
Yes,
Who's
they
more,
have.
you ever done that?
They have.
I've never done that.
They
though, 'cause
definitely
Yeah,
have.
nobody's done that.
They
The only
definitely
person in the
have.
world who does that is you.
Never done
Because
that.
you're an
No,
idiot.
Comment section telling you've done it. It definitely happens.
doesn't happen.
It does.
Also, comment section. If you enjoyed this, I don't know why you know, in like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where it's like computer take away 2 wrong answers and leave. I'm like comment section. Tell me if you. It's not my guide in life.
It's like that thing from Iron Man. What is it, like the Jarvis thing or whatever?
Jarvis, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, comment section. I'm in the midst of some serious existential dread right now. Just tell me what it's all for. No, seriously, if you guys enjoyed this episode, let us know, because we'll do this again with different facts and maybe even something else different, but I don't know.
And some more Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
I've
and with
got
less
got
Jack.
expertise, but it might not be safe for this kind of podcast.
Yeah, that's true. We'll yeah. When
We
they
could just
listen
have a
to the
separate
outtakes.
podcast about that, couldn't we?
When they're 18.
Is this related to the singles in my area? Because if it is, I think I don't want to hear anymore.
No, there's no there's no actual legal age on drugs, is there?
Well, no.
We've had this argument before, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no legality on drugs.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Well, in that case, I'll do my own podcast talking about it.
What are you doing drugs for? You're only 17. But yeah, we should just end this. This has been like in the closing stages for a long, long time.
Yeah.
You've said like 3 times. I think
I'm
we've run
trying
out,
to
and
end
you've
it.
But
been-
what if I
just-
have another Russell Crowe fact?
Yeah, I would love to hear
I
another
don't
Russell
have.
Crowe
I don't
fact.
have another Russell Crowe fact.
Alright,
I've read
fuck
all of
this.
them on IMDb.
You can't
Alright, we're
block
done.
Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook. That's a fact.
I didn't even
Shut
hear
up,
any
Jack.
of that.
Yeah, neither did I.
Facebook.
Facebook.
You can't
Exactly.
block Mark
What's your-
Zuckerberg on it.
Huh? Where's it?
Yeah, but I can block him out of my life.
I can block you out of my life. As soon as we finish this podcast,
So's your face.
we're done.
We're fucking done professionally.
I forgave you for trying to get me killed by lightning, but
But
this podcast has
this
pushed me
is
over
a
the
step
edge.
too far.
Yeah, this is too much. Alright, let's end it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Do you remember when you were younger, like, speaking of fake facts and all that shit, like when you were younger and people were like, you know, if you say Candyman 3 times with your eyes closed, he appears, like, oh yeah, I've done it, yeah. He turned up in my room, I killed him. It was good times.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, because I'm pretty sure as a 7-year-old or whatever it was, how many people have actually seen the fucking movie Candyman?
Yeah, it is a strange one.
I cried when I was Jurassic Park.
Oh, exactly. That's not even a scary movie. Well, it is, I suppose.
Why did you cry at it?
Scared.
Did you think the dinosaur was going to get you?
Was that?
Did you think the dinosaur was going to get you?
I had a recurring dream that I hid, like, my bed's up against the side of a window, and, like, I had a recurring dream that a T-Rex was looking through the window, and I was hiding up against the wall in my bed,
Right.
and it just stared in, like, as
That's
if,
just the funniest thing.
what? It was fucking harrowing.
I'm sure it was, but it's still hilarious.
Just like,
I just like it when you have a bad time.
are you going to do the fact about you tried to get me hit by lightning?
Yep, I'm gonna open with that,
No.
I think.
So, this is the midnight hour. I tried to kill my friend Jack
Yeah.
with lightning.
See you next
and
week,
here
guys.
he is. He still survived.
Right,
It was
I'm
actually-
I'm gonna do the intro, fuck it, we're losing time here.
Oh yeah.
We've already done a solid 12 minutes.
You can never clear your throat enough times before doing an intro. Like, it'll never be. Alright, shut the hell up, you fucking idiots.
Intro.
This is, I feel like a parent, and I shouldn't ever feel that way.
You're like
Because I am a
substitute
parent,
teacher.
and I neglect my kids,
You're like a-
and I don't neglect you guys.
You're
Yeah,
like
he's
a-
like a substitute teacher.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. You've
Fucking
got
about.
no control over anything. You could,
I just realised who I'm dealing with.
you could just put the picture of me, like the picture I put up on Twitter of me in school. Guys, I've no idea what the teacher is saying.
Yeah, that's it's an actual picture of you as well. Right, fuck it though. It's episode 19. Do either one of you, Loosemore, do you want to do the intro with my voice?
Well, what's going on?
Yeah,
What do you say? Write it down on Skype, not read it out.
this is gonna be great. Right.
What's going on?
That did not sound a fucking thing like it.
No,
Wait.
just say that bit. Just do that.
What's going on, guys? My name is El De Niro, and welcome to episode 19 of the Midnight Hour.
And for some reason, my voice has completely changed into some Hollywood Irish leprechaun.
Sound like what's his name? Who's the one who pretends to be Irish?
Jared Butler.
No, sound like a. Did
No,
Brad
it
Pitt
was the
do?
guy in,
Did Brad Pitt do Fight Club?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Oh,
Irish.
I was thinking of Colin Farrell, but he is actually
Colin
Irish.
you were
Farrell.
talking
That's
about-
what I'm thinking of.
you're thinking.
But he's actually Irish.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's from Dublin.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, your intro was bullshit. I'll do my own.
Sorry.
I'm gonna literally take my headphones off and not listen to you guys while I do this.
You just hear me giggling in the background.
Yeah, it's just gonna put me
Just
on.
me and Jack just making weird noise. Nah, 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 nah.
Just going down the microphone going, cat.
Right, nah, fuck it. In all seriousness,
Okay, sorry.
no, Loosemore, you do that bit. You do the bit that I've typed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, again?
I thought you nailed it the first time.
No,
Yeah.
do it better.